Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another spectacular episode of Tighspot'S Lounge. How's everybody doing tonight? What is going on? Let us know in the chat. Let us know what you thought of Ghost World when we talk about it here today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in as they file in the chat and in the live episode here. And if you're on YouTube, let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff to our socials like you do. But Knack Attack, welcome to a brand new episode. How you doing, my friend? How's it been the past 2 weeks?
Great.
Been great?
Better, but
Been not great, but better? Okay, well at least
yeah.
you're not sick, you know. I know I'm getting over this little sinus infection that I got last weekend. So that's doing all right. Other than that, not much. I just want to say one thing. Congratulations to your Eagles. They're 2-0 to start the season. I know you probably haven't gotten to watch much football, but congratulations to your Eagles as they have started strong this year. But we have a movie to touch base on today that I kind of watched with my wife a little bit ago, like like a couple years ago when she started showing me movies and stuff out here, and I didn't remember it because it kind of like was like okay, not really my thing. But then you chose it to be our movie for this week, and I gotta say, Ghost World was definitely not what I expected to see and like fully sit down and watch and dissect, so to say, how we do it here on the show. But yeah, before we get in the movie though, any new tunes that you've been listening into? Any new books? Any new interesting stuff that you found while doing what you do best, and that's find cool things.
Yeah. I don't know why I never discovered this stuff sooner, but I've stumbled across web serials,
Oh.
and there's a lot of really good ones out there. I've been plowing through Worm, which is a superhero story
Mm-hmm.
about a bullied teenage girl who is getting in way over her head, thinking she's getting undercover with a supervillain group,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually starts doing some evil deeds for a higher purpose. But it's really good.
Okay. Seems interesting.
It's free for anybody to read. Just Google Worm web serial and it'll pop up.
Sorry,
I can drop a link in the chat here.
Yeah, drop a link in the chat. Just it's all good.
It's complete. So if you want to dig in, like the whole thing's there. And from what I hear, the guy who wrote it went on to write some more stuff, and he's working on a story right now that's ongoing. So
okay. And I know, and
I also
think
found
Ghost
another one
World.
called Curveball, another superhero one, which is really good. I highly recommend that one too.
Ooh, okay, parahumans.wordpress.com. That's in the chat for anyone who is in the chat next to us live watching this right now. I don't know if anyone's here, but it's all good. If you are, thank you for watching and tuning in live. I really haven't been like delving into a lot of new stuff. I'm going to start reading more. I know I got to get into reading more stuff. So I have a couple books already that I want to read in my life here, and I have to find it. I know I want to read Moxley's book, John Moxley, some wrestling stuff, and a wrestler that I've known for a while and got to be like a part of his match a while ago, like years ago when I was younger. Steve the Teacher wrote a book, and now he lives in the Philippines. So he's actually wrestling over there. So it's pretty interesting that he's a little older. He's in his 50s, but he's still wrestling. He's still going at it. So I want to read that. I mean, that's kind of interesting. But But I will look at those. Curveball and what is it? Is it Parahumans? Is the name of the other one you said? Or is that
No,
just
it's just like the story's called Worm.
Oh, Worm. Okay. All right. I'll look that up. I will look that up, which should be interesting, um, because that stuff happens. I mean, those are I'm gonna copy the link right now. Well, I'm gonna open the link on another page and open the link on another page for those both two, so I can look at them on my side of things as well. Uh, but Ghost World is kind of where we delve into this because this is also a comic strip, right? Ghost World is. Am I not
I think
mistaken?
it was a graphic novel.
Graphic novel. Yes, graphic novel. Sorry. Um, and this movie came out in 2008, I believe. No, 2001.
No,
2001. I
it
was
was
wrong.
like right around the turn of the century.
Yeah, turn of the century. We were still in high school. So this movie, I think, I don't know when the exact date of the movie came out, but this was a big thing because a lot of the movies in 2001 were, lost in the fold of things, so to say, because of the happenings of September 1st, September 11th, 9/11, September 11th, not September 1st. I'm thinking October 1 out here. But this I didn't know this until I looked it up right now. The first film based on a graphic novel or comic book to receive an Oscar nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay. Um, that's awesome. I mean, and look at it this way. There's been tons of movies. I mean, this is like interesting to see that a movie that was adapted from a comic book or a graphic novel took that long to be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. Um, and I'm gonna say this: I don't know anything about this graphic novel. I didn't look it up. I didn't have really much time to do that. But Knack, did you look at any of the graphic novel this was based on?
I was trying to see if I could get it through the library, but I didn't have any luck.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
But
I mean,
think
maybe
this is probably the first movie that kind of made the mainstream audience aware that comics are more than superheroes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Comics definitely are more than superheroes. I think. There are a lot of comics that are just, based on superheroes and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot more different genres of comics. If you look in your comic book store, there's more than just superheroes. There's dark gothic novels about Renaissance and just weird shit. There's different styles of novels and stuff. But Knack Attack, go ahead.
No, just yeah. If you're a fan of manga, like that's even a wider swath of genres. There's just like high school romance stuff. There's fantasy, sword and sorcery. There's mecha, sci-fi. It's everything.
I mean, there's video games based on mangas. There's video games like Doki Doki Library Club or all those other weird, like Japanese esque JRPGs and all these other weird stuff that they do, which is not weird, so to say. It's unique. It's different. It's culturally accepted in so many levels of differentnality and I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm babbling on. That's what I do sometimes. But Knack Attack, this movie, I watched it. You watched it. I got a lot of vibes of what you were saying to me in it as well, about a different different show that we grew up in, which we are actually waiting on for the revival of. And what I think it's happening, it's maybe going to happen in 2024 now because of all the writer strikes and all the, why are we not having it this year kind of thing. Because I know we're waiting on, like we mentioned, King of the Hill last time. We're waiting on that. That revival is coming in next year because it doesn't. I mean, why we have 3 months left? Why are you going to put it out in 2023? I mean, there's no reason to rush anything, correct? I mean, but what I'm mentioning is Daria. For anyone who's never seen Daria, Daria was was a show on MTV and also a movie because they did a Dario Goes to College movie, which I think was direct to DVD. Uh, but Daria wasn't even related to the show, this movie Ghost World. But we got vibes of that because of how Daria's, narcissistic ways. Was she narcissistic or am I wrong?
A little bit. No, you're thinking pessimistic.
Pessimistic, yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. You can talk more, Knack. I'm horrible at talking right now. I don't know. A lot going
That's
on.
good. Just yeah, if you're like if you don't know anything about Ghost World, but you are slightly familiar with Daria, this is definitely like I said to you, like this is like the live action Daria movie we never got, and when I was watching, I was like, holy shit, this is like a live action sequel to the series because it's like the summer before she goes to college, but right after graduation, and Enid, who's played by Thora Birch, does an excellent job, and she's basically like Jane and Daria combined, those two characters.
Yeah, because the
the
hairstyle was
totally,
definitely Jane.
It's a black comedy, and it's almost exactly like the show Daria was on MTV.
It definitely was. I mean, I was like, this is. I mean, and then we got a young Scarlett Johansson in the movie. We got Steve Buscemi. We have the guy from Heavyweights, which was Sean McGowan, and we have that Doug character in the movie, which was crazy guy. That guy was nuts. I thought he reminded me of the character that the guy from I can't remember his name because I'm bad with names right now. The guy from Drew Carey that was in Napoleon Dynamite, Dietrich Bader. Dave Sheridan reminded me of him because he played Doug. This guy who played Doug was named Dave Sheridan. It kind of reminded me of the guy in Napoleon Dynamite. You've seen the Napoleon Dynamite, right, Knack Attack? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's actually another good comparison. Like this is sort of like a more toned down Napoleon Dynamite. There's definitely exaggerated stuff here for comedic effect, but it's kind of like the slice of life, day in the life of sort of movie, just like Napoleon Dynamite is.
Yeah, it did. That's what I have feelings like, kind of like how, but like Buscemi's character, I really like. I felt a connection with him because of the music thing, like collecting vinyl, and they're like, oh, you know what, this really sounds better, and like it has to be VG, like some of the snobby ways of some of the record collectors in that movie. It was funny. It's like I only collect near mint, or this and that. You're smiling, giggling a little bit about it. Go ahead.
I got a good laugh with the guys arguing about audio quality and stuff. Like that's kind of like I can see me getting into an argument similar to that. Like, cause I'm big on like sound quality, especially with my headphones.
You are, and I know that for a fact because I'm like, I bought a new pair of headphones because my other ones took a shit, and these are way better than the ones I had, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. It's cool though. I don't shit on you on it, but I'm like, that's a cool thing about you, Knack. Like, you love to hear good stuff, and like, I know.
I'll be like, you can't listen to digital file with MP3. You got to use FLAC or better. It's better sound quality, David.
Well, it's so true. I don't really listen to MP3s anymore, and MP3s are kind of dead. I mean, I listen to a lot of just Spotify, or I listen to people like I know my good friend who is from Scranton that I listen to on Kick now. He does like vinyl streams. I listen to him when he's doing it, and the sound quality of the vinyls that he does, it sounds amazing over the speakers because it's like, okay, like even though I'm listening to it digitally, kind of, he's like his record player is really doing it well, and I don't know. We're getting on different topics of the movie because it's like we're dissecting it, but also throwing it back at us and saying, okay, we can see a little bit of us in this movie. Because honestly, I kind of did what Enid did in the end, and I feel that way. And I feel that way, and I feel that I should have, like, I I want to come back to Pennsylvania. That's our biggest goal right now. But like one of our biggest goals is getting Danya better, and that's the next step before we come home. Because honestly, we're going through a lot. Danya's coming home maybe this week, but also like just like I don't feel like I ghosted a lot of people because I still talk to UNAC, and I feel like I kind of feel that a lot of people have ghosted me, so to say, because they don't really talk to me. They really don't care. Like they care, but they're too busy with their own selves to care. You know? Because I don't know. But that's another whole issue in life. But also Nakatek, like Scarlett Johansson's character, I mean, she was so busy with herself about moving in together with Enid, and she didn't really like take on what Enid wanted to be. Enid wanted to venture out. She didn't want to live in this small town anymore. You know, so I did.
I took a different takeaway from it. Like to me, Enid was kind of afraid to grow up a little bit.
She was.
Or Rebecca
she was.
felt more like
but
the
in the
mature
end,
one who was
but in
the
the
job,
end, in the
ready to
end,
move
what
out
did she
and
have
live
to
on her
do?
own.
But in the end, what did she have to do? She had to leave because she did kind of want to grow up. She wanted to become Buscemi's girl, the character's guy, the girl, but because like she fell in love with him kind of because of the music and the the nerdiness, but also like I could see that like she was afraid growing up. She didn't want to grow up. She didn't want to get a job. She was like, okay, maybe I will, and then she tried to do a job, and then she just like was like, oh, like kind of screwing off at the job and not really like being a good customer service person there. Go ahead, Nakatak. I know you want to say more. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, just the scene with her in the movie theater at that job. That was like straight out Office Space, and it was brilliant.
It was, and then you had who was the guy like that? The guy that played the role. That wasn't that that was kind of like wasn't that what's that guy crazy guy Bushi not Bushi the crazy guy that's an actor shit, you know who I'm talking about, the guy
You're not talking about Steve Buscemi, are you?
no, not Buscemi. I'm trying to think of the guy.
Oh, Mike Judge?
No. I mean, yeah, David Cross in the movie, which is funny. I'm trying to think of the guy.
Yeah, his scene very great with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, he was trying to hit on her, and it was just like, no, like, no, I'm thinking of God damn it, I can't think of his name. Gary Busey. Busey, yeah. Busey's son. It kind of looked like Busey's son, but I don't think it was. The guy who was
Jake Busey wasn't in here.
No,
Jake Busey has a very distinct look.
It wasn't Gary Busey, but his son. I thought it was his son that was the manager of the movie theater. But I'm not even sure who that guy was, because I don't think he even had a name, did he?
I don't remember him having one.
No, and then like,
I would say he was more like the lead singer of The Offspring than Jake Busey.
Yeah, I was thinking Jake Busey. Yes, I was thinking Jake Busey. But also you also had Maxine was Terry Garr, who was uncredited in the movie, who was the love interest of Enid's dad. Or was that Enid's mom? That's the question on me. Was Maxine Enid's mom? Or was the mom never mentioned? that was.
I can't remember. I watched this movie in chunks over the course of the week, so those details were probably in it. But since I didn't watch it in one sitting, I probably didn't miss the clues that were sprinkled in.
I watched it in one setting, and I was like, okay. I was thinking like, is Maxine Enid's mom? But we never really got an answer because we never really met her mom in the movie, if anything. But it may have been because of the when they looked at the photo book in Rachel's room, it was kind of like Maxine and Enid's father were together, like, and everything. I don't know. It was interesting, but like, I don't know if anyone out there else who's seen this movie has any thoughts on it or any of that like nature. Let us know in the comments in the YouTube or in the live chat there on Twitch. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
I'd like to get a girl's perspective on it, especially with the relationship of having, your friend being the hot one that all the guys are always interested in. Yeah, I've seen that dynamic with pairs of ladies. I'm just curious what that perspective is when they see it on the screen like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. I have two. In friends of friends and stuff. Like it's like, okay, like, and like growing up as well. You've seen it, like looking back at like high school and stuff. Because this is kind of like like you said, a coming of age movie where these ladies are coming of age and they're definitely growing up and trying to grow up and become adults and figure out life. And I mean, hell, you figured out life. I'm still trying to figure out mine. So I'm trying to grow up.
I ain't figured out shit, man.
What?
I ain't figured out shit.
I think honestly, and I've been talking to a lot of people about a lot of shit in the past couple of weeks with a lot of fucking like customers and shit, and honestly, a lot of people haven't figured out shit either. They keep on buying shit from Amazon. That's the problem with America. People stop buying shit.
One of a long list for sure.
Yeah, fucking buying garbage that's made from China on Amazon, and it doesn't work.
Oh god, my wife just bought a bunch of crap from Temu.
I bought some stuff from Temu and it got stolen, so I had to get it refunded. Like, I bought an Al Bundy jersey for $1 something, and I was like, okay, I was expecting it. And then when the package was supposed to be delivered 2 days ago,
you made that criticism. They're just like, I bought this thing for $1.
Yeah, but still, it got stolen, so I still got my money back. So I never got the item. So some neighborhood kid got my Al Bundy jersey. I know.
Like, why is the guy from Modern Family on here?
Where?
That would be young person's reaction.
Yeah. Dude, Al Bundy was the shit. Ed O'Neill was a great actor growing up.
He still is, man.
Yeah, still is. Still rocking it. I haven't really watched Modern Family a lot, but I know that show's pretty good, or was pretty good when it came out.
I've seen a couple episodes. It's funny.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk more about Ghost World, starring Thora Birch, a young Scarlett Johansson, David Cross, Steve Buscemi, who I'm gonna rank up there in one of my top all favorite ever actors because I loved him in Airheads.
Yeah, brilliant Buscemi performance in this movie too. He kind of plays a more normal character. He's usually, just because of the way he looks, he always plays sort of these oddballs. But I mean, this character is a little odd in this one, but he's definitely more grounded.
Yeah, it's more of a like kind of a less funnier version of 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like he's a collector.
Seymour, the character Seymour is just kind of like someone who's like barely on the spectrum, I'd say.
Yeah. Yes.
Like very functional, but they definitely has quirks and is difficult socializing a little bit.
A collector of history, though. I mean, to have the art that he had from the old Coon's Chicken restaurant, which it was called Coon's Chicken, and then it was Church's Chicken or something, or whatever they called it.
It became King's, at least in the film.
What was it called? Cook's Kick.
It became King's Kitchen in the film.
Yeah, no.
Or Cook's Chicken.
Yeah,
something
Cook's
like that.
Cook's Chicken. Cook's Chicken. Then in real life it's Church's. I don't know if that's really loosely based on that or all, but like that was cool. But the thing is, the way like he was working for him, and then all of a sudden, like the whole aspect of, and guys, we're gonna give spoilers because this fucking movie's been out 22 years now. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you haven't seen it, but this is what we do here. We like to talk about movies that's been out for a while and get more people to realize that there's more than just superhero movies and Disney live action and all that kind of shit that's been out for ages. But yeah, like, it was sad that it was like the uproar that the art brought to the gallery in the end that kind of toppled over into Seymour's stuff there at the end and getting him fired. What kind of sucked. Like Enid fucked up his life at the end, but like, because he decided to break up with the girl that was the actual girl from the airport instead of, because he slept with Enid, and then Enid kind of fucked him over because of the art, and then they broke up anyway. And yeah, just
no one knows what you're talking about because you're just saying things all out of order.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. Go.
I will say this movie has a textbook second act ending where basically all our characters are at their darkest moment, and that's just textbook storytelling.
It is.
The script is very good.
I'd say this was a solid movie anyway, and it was a great choice by you, Knack Attack. I mean, I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be more of a comedy, like it was called Ghost World, and you had two girls on the front cover of the movie, just all in their like teeny bopper clothes, and then you had like a white background, and it's like, okay, it's called Ghost World. What do you expect? Can it be funny? And it had it moments with like the dancing in the beginning, and I know my wife
was actually very funny. There was a lot of subtle dark humor in it.
Yeah, my wife loves it because of
every
the music.
scene in her art class was brilliant.
The art classes were just ridiculous. The woman who played the art teacher, was just, she was hilarious. And then like Ezra Buzzington played Weird Al, which was just the diner. Who was the art teacher?
Not Weird Al, the celebrity, but a person that had the hairstyle of Weird Al from the 80s, and they decided his name was Al, so they just named him Weird Al.
Yeah, who played the art teacher? The art teacher was...
I've seen her before. Like, she's definitely an actress that's been around, but I don't see her on the IMDb.
I thought I saw it.
Like, when you see her, you're like, oh, it's that lady.
Yeah, it was, no, it wasn't Renee Bell. The whole thing with the graduation in the beginning, where, the girl was paralyzed because she was a drug addict, because she was hit by a car, like, Jesus fucking Christ, how horrible is that? That was so dark.
Well, also, like, too, Enid's reaction, because it's just like she can see through the bullshit, but at the same time, she's also just kind of cruel because this girl did suffer, but at the same time, like, everything she's saying is kind of phony baloney, too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah. And then because she's sitting at the table with all the people, and they're actually giving her alcohol and shit, which was like, okay. And then, like, the students in the art class, by the way, you were mentioning it, like, I'm like, okay, this is pretty funny. Like, when the art teacher just knocks the one kid and the whole art piece that he was working on falls apart, and then the girl with the wire hanger, Like that was all just like thrown together. It looked like as an art piece. That was pretty nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a running gag too, where she was like, it represents the feminist struggle, and it's just like this thing that's just, if you just say these words, the art teacher's like, yes, yes. And I gotta give Thora Birch some big credit for the acting in the one scene where the art teacher belittles her journal, like just the way her face, like she just like sank down and was just completely devastated by her comments about her book.
Yeah. I mean, it opens up with them in the diner.
Facial expression acting.
With the whole like, the Satanists. Like, they're Satanists. We gotta follow them, and they follow them, and they're holding their umbrellas and stuff. It was a lot of fun. This movie was.
As someone who uses an umbrella for shade, I was offended.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I know a lot of people out here in Vegas do. I just don't. I don't go walking a lot anymore.
I'm Whitey McWhite, so I need my shade, or I turn into a tomato.
Yeah, you definitely do. I know that PA sun can be rough sometimes. So Knack Attack. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where else to go with this movie because. Anything else you want to say? Anything you want
to? Sort of. Like, I don't want to give too many spoilers because I think this is a good one just to kind of experience. But yeah, there's just a lot of good little character moments and everything. Like, I wish they could have expanded upon the stuff with Josh, because I thought there was kind of a weird dynamic there with Enid, but he kind of disappears for most of the film.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does, and then, Buscemi went into the, Seymour went into the gas station, and then they had that whole situation.
Oh, his scene of carnage was so funny.
Yeah. So Knack Attack, I'm gonna ask you this, since this was based on a graphic novel, what graphic novel would you or book would you want to like bring to life as a movie now that may have not ever been a movie, or if there was, like, if you would take it back and make a new one? Like, I'm sorry, I'm bringing this.
That's easy. I hear it's in the works, but Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn would be a fantastic film.
Really? I don't know what that is.
I think I mentioned it before because I read it when we were doing the show, and it was one of our what cool thing did you find? Mistborn is it's not a trilogy anymore, but he has like different time periods in this universe. There's a trilogy, the original series, and then there's the Wax and Wane portion of the series, which is like the middle time period, and there's like 5 books in that series. But the original Mistborn is fantastic.
Okay.
It's a fantasy series about a world where there's this magic system involving metals that you have to consume. And depending on which metal you consume, you get a different power. Like steel allows you to push. Was it iron allows you to pull? What was it? Bronze or something allows you to mask other, what they called allomancers, which are the people that can use the magic. It's a very awesome story.
That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting.
Brandon Sanderson is probably one of the best living authors around today, especially in the fantasy genre, if not overall. His writing is fantastic. I highly recommend reading any of his books.
And you said Mistborn?
Mistborn, yep.
Mistborn, I got it right here. Mistbourne, right?
Mist. Mistborn.
Mistborn, okay. Sorry,
yeah.
Mistborn.
What about you, man? Do you have anything you'd like to see adapted to film?
Well, I'm gonna say this: like, they're already done. I mean, but like I think they need to make him, like, I know it's childish to say, but I think like the Goosebump books. Like they've already done like live action series of it when we were kids, and they have also
Yeah, and they
done
made that weird meta movie with
Jack Black.
Jack Black as R.L. Stein.
Well, they made both of them. They made the two Goosebumps 1 and 2, and Disney's actually bringing back a new series next month. And I know Hollywood hasn't been able to promote a lot of their shit, but I see it on like uh, Facebook and stuff. But they're bringing back a new series. Um, but I mean, it's
Sorry, I
so
got something in my eye.
it's so hard. Like I haven't read books in so many years. I've been on so many other different levels of shit, like video games and music and books have like strayed away. And I used to read so much as a kid, and it sucks. And I don't like, my attention span just fucking sucks. So I think I think either like starting this month, end of this month, like maybe next week, or even tomorrow. Fuck it, I'm gonna start reading more. Uh, and look for other things. Look for other forms of not forms, but styles of books that draw my attention, that can delve me in, because it's so hard to. And maybe, like I already say, like, I would say Ready Player One is a prime example of a book that I want to read. Like I started reading it and I stopped like 23 pages in, but like because I've seen the movie. But it's also like I want to read these books, because from what I hear, the books are better. But also I love the movie. I would
Ready
love
Player
to see.
One was a fun book. If you can get the audiobook, I know the Pennsylvania libraries have it. You might be able to get it from that. But Will Wheaton reads it, and it's very fun.
All right, well maybe I can. I'll try to figure out that on my phone. I have. Everybody needs to get Hoopla. Hoopla is a great thing. I haven't really delved into it. So Knack Attack. Before we go any further, I know I mentioned this to you, but our next show may not happen on the 29th because of me winning tickets to go see Corey Taylor of Stone Sour and Slipknot fame. So our next show, if that's okay with you, Knack Attack, I apologize, will be October 6th. Is that cool? Is that cool with you, Knack Attack?
Yeah, it's fine. Did you want to start Terrifier then?
You want to do Terrifier? Is Terrifier still on Tubi? That's the question. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check real quick.
My daughter accidentally started playing it the other day, and we were like, no, you're
really?
too young for this.
Really? Well, I already watched it. I watched the first one. I started the second one already a while ago. Let me see if it's still on Tubi.
I can't wait to talk about Terrifier 2. I absolutely love that sequel.
Dude, this Terrifier. Okay, so Terrifier 1 is on there.
Terrifier 2 might still be on there. It's definitely on Hoopla. The second one is.
Oh, it's on Hoopla? It doesn't look like it's on it doesn't look like it's on Tubi anymore. So, guys, we'll watch the first one. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch Terrifier. I was thinking of doing another movie, but I don't think that. Oh well, you know what? The other movie I was gonna choose is still on there too on Tubi, so it's okay. Yeah,
we'll say if you want to watch along, I will warn you, Terrifier is a very hardcore horror film, and so is the sequel. So I'll just put that warning out there if you plan to watch with us.
Dude, it is nuts. Like, I'm just like, at first, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch these movies, because I started watching the first one, and I was like, this is fucking insane. But I did watch it, and I'm just like, okay, this is just like, I'm just gonna sit back and just like realize these idiots are just fucking dumb in this movie and just like go about it. But that's my point of that movie until we get further into it on October.
I will say that the second one ratchets everything up a level, including the epic scope of the story, which I found very surprising, and that's why that second one is just very special to me. So
yeah, well, you also made Art the Clown in 2K14 for your PlayStation 3. Right? Did you make
wrestling? Yeah.
Yeah, So yeah, I mean, there's actually Art the Clown in 2K23. I mean, I could download him right now and put him in my universe and have that be your character and you just fucking whatever. In
Oh, you know what's
TSCW
funny?
later.
My kids like the songs from Mamma Mia, and we kind of turned that Honey Honey song into an Art the Clown song.
Oh jeez.
It goes Artie Artie, how he kills me.
So that's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, October 6th, we will be back. Unfortunately, I won tickets to see Corey Taylor, and I do not want to miss that. Since his new album just dropped today, this Friday, September 15th. So, guys, be on the lookout for that episode on YouTube as well when that comes out. But Knack Attack, let's get a drum roll. I'm going to give you a drum roll. What is your final rating of Ghost World?
I give it a solid 4 out of 5. I'm not the biggest fan of the Day in the Life of Slice of Life. Like, there's not really a plot in this movie per se, but the script is so well done. The characters are so well done. The laughs are solid, so it's definitely worth a watch. And if it was on TV again, I would watch it again. So
there you go. I give this movie as well a solid 4 out of 5. The the thing is, it was kind of like you could see things coming, like not really, like, and it's only because we've seen so many movies that you can pick a piece of a movie and say, okay, so he's gonna give this to her, something's gonna happen to fuck something up, and it does. So it's not like it's its own fault, but it's just not really hidden foreshadowing of things. Like, I kind of wanna see a movie, and it's tough nowadays. It's tough nowadays for us because, like, I know we're not starting to say we're movie snobs, and we're not. We're just fucking average human beings, like that. We love to talk about movies and music and other things as well. But it's a solid movie. Thurber Birch and Scarlett Johansson, Steve Buscemi, David Cross, and everybody who wasn't named in the movie for some reason. I don't know why they were uncredited. Doesn't make sense. You were in the movie as a character. You should get a credit. Like, what was the point of having so many uncredited people that you had to look up on IMDb later on and be like, oh, who was that person? Oh, that's who. Okay. But Knack Attack, real quick, tell everybody where they can find you on the Twitter and they can follow your rants about random shit that you like to talk about in the political world and anything else you want to say as well.
it's at Knack Attack, NAK Attack on Twitter. I refuse to call it X because fuck that.
Fuck that shit.
Actually, I put in an invite to get a part of Sky Blue. I'm still waiting to hopefully see if I get on there because as soon as I do, I'm gonna jump ship.
What the hell is Sky Blue? I don't even know what that is.
The guys that created Twitter, the ones that made bank selling it to that dumbass, they made a new social media site called Sky Blue, which is basically what Twitter was before dipshit ruined it.
Yeah, he's really done it. Like the For You shit, I'm just tired of the For You shit. It's like, dude, I don't follow half those people. Just let me see everybody's fucking tweet, no matter how long ago it was, instead of you fucking sending me random people I don't follow and whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care about.
You have to make lists. It's such a pain in the ass. Like I there's certain like reporters I like to follow, and in order to see their shit, I had to like make a list of these people. So I go to my list and I can see their content then.
Damn. Well, we're gonna go right now. We're gonna go over and raid a new guy of the that I want to. He's playing King of the Castle with his community. He's okay. I'm gonna bring Knack Attack over here so I can do this. I don't know why it keeps on taking you off the screen.
Hey, keep entering the ghost world.
Yeah, keep entering the ghost world. You're going great. We're gonna go and raid out to Evan J. Stern.
Norman.
Evan J. Stern. We're gonna go. Yeah, Norman. Dude, Norman was a great character. We never touched base on him. But Evan J. Stern, he plays Rold in the show Letterkenny. He's over there playing King of the Castle. I'm actually going to see his one of the co-stars of Letterkenny, K. Trevor Wilson, here in a bit over at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club here in Vegas. So I'm going to go enjoy that. Knack Attack's going to go enjoy sleep and then wake up and deal with his kids on the weekend. But guys, love you guys. Let's go raid them. Let's go make a new friend. We'll see you all later. And check us out on the YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Not Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and everywhere else. TikTok. But love you guys. Have a good night. Peace out. Knack Attack. Love you, bro. I'll see you later.